Hi YouTubers, it's Thursday, and that means Better Living with Patti. Well, I have a treat for you today. I thought I was pulling out steak, the grass-fed steak, but I pulled out grass-fed stew meat. So guess what we're having for dinner tonight? Stew. So I used my mom's recipe, but I've treated it a little differently. And what I mean by that is she always used white flour, unbleached flour, to make the gravy. And gravy's high in carbs. So what I use is I use the almond flour, or I use coconut flour, but I used almond flour this time. So we got the sirloin tips for stew. We have carrots. We have potatoes. Let's see, 3 carrots, 2 large potatoes, and a pound of meat. Maybe it was 2 pounds of meat. Let's do this recipe again. It was 2 pounds of meat, stew meat, which was sirloin tips, grass-fed, grass-finished. Then it was 3 carrots. I think it was 4 carrots. I cut up real small and fine. And then 2 large white potatoes. They were the big ones. They were like yay big, okay? They were like a bacon potato. And then I had, I chopped up an onion in it, just to give it a little flavor. And then to make the gravy, well, the meat I had seared the meat. And so it made a little gravy brown on the bottom of the crock. I put it all in a crock pot. After I did the meat, I let the meat cook about an hour after I seared it, browned it. And then I added water, mixed the meat up, made a nice gravy, liquid gravy. Then I added my carrots, my potatoes, and my onion. And then I added what they call a beef, it's not beef, it's beef bone broth. It's the marrow in the bone of the beef. I added a half a cup of that, and then I added a cup of almond flour. Mix that all up, and I want to show you the product so far. It still has to cook another, I think it's about 2 o'clock, so it's got to cook another 3 hours. I make sure my stew cooks at least 4, excuse me, 4 hours, because that way the potatoes are nice and cooked, the carrots, because the carrots are tough, and sometimes you gotta play with the carrots. So my mom used to boil them on the stove and then throw them in later on this way. But if you get it all done early, by at least 2 o'clock, and you're gonna eat by 5:30, 6 o'clock, they should be tender. I learned that. So without further ado, I'm going to switch the camera around, and we're going to go over and see the crock pot. And then I'll show you the finished product when we're ready to eat. So give me a second to get up and walk over there, and I'll show you what we're doing with it. And here's my crock pot. We've had this crock pot for maybe 25 years. We had it in Lincoln Park, New Jersey. So it's a pretty good little crock pot. So there's my potatoes and my onions, and I'm going to stir it, and you can see the carrots and the meat. And like I said, the gravy is coming along pretty good, so we'll see how it goes. And I did salt and pepper it, and I usually, instead of put onions in, I put minced onions in, but I had a real onion, so I said, let me do that. So that's what it looks like, and I hope that it tastes good. We'll try it, and I'll let you know. I told you I'll show it to you, the finished product, when we're sitting down and eating. So for now, that's my recipe, and I hope you enjoy it, and, try it. It's delicious. Okay, so here's my stew that I made, and it looks pretty good. So with that, I'm going to say, have a better life. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye. Thank you.